So, hi everyone, this is Alfredo Valdeniza from Group 4, and this topic will be a continuation for the topic of Corina Lapingcao, which is the Scriven Consumer Oriented Evaluation. And today I'll be presenting you a checklist or criteria that you should follow for exam, because using this checklist for instructional materials review to or evaluation may help any curricularists make a decision as to which textbook, modules, or any instructional support materials will be used, like revised or modified or rejected. So, as we first seen the criteria, so first, content covers a significant portion of the course competence. So is it up to you whether you ever choose to check it, because it depends on the material you use. So we have the contents are up to date. Reading level is appropriate for the most students who will use the materials. Intended learning outcomes competency are stated. Formative and summative assessment are included. Activities are varied to meet the needs of the students. Teacher's guide is included with the management suggestions. We have and also materials presented in logical order and many more. So with this checklist, it will help you to assess certain material, whether it's desirable or not. It is desirable to use to the students, because if all these are good, then it's a proper material. So if there's a minor not applicable, if you check not applicable in that, then it's okay. But if it's already most of them are not applicable, then that is not a suitable material for you to use. Okay, so now let's move on to the simple way of curriculum evaluation process. So for a simple and practical way of curriculum evaluation, responding of the following questions will provide an evaluation data for curriculum decisions. Just see the 10 following options here. So first, you should think for yourself that does the curriculum emphasize learning outcomes? So you know why you should always think about it, because by assessing whether the curriculum emphasizes learning outcomes, we educator can ensure that the students are acquiring the necessary knowledge, skills, and competency to succeed academically and in their future endeavors. So the next one, it will be can this curriculum does the implemented curriculum require less demands? So you know why you should because by evaluating whether the implemented curriculum requires less demand, it will help us maintaining a healthy learning environment where students are challenged but not overwhelmed also. So it will be leading to improved engagement, motivation, and academic performance. And we have now for the third one, it will be can this curriculum be applied to any particular level? Like we have kindergarten, elementary, or secondary and tertiary level. So why should we always? Because adapting to a different educational levels is we assess whether the curriculum can be applied to any particular level that ensure that it is flexible and adaptable enough to meet the diverse needs and abilities to the students across the different settings, and promoting inclusivity and equity in education. So that is why you should always think about it. And for the fourth one, can the curriculum aspect be assessed as a written, taught, supportive, tested, and learned? Yes, because evaluating curriculum aspects based on various assessments, like for example those written, taught, supported, tested, and learned, Yes, because it provides a comprehensive understanding of how effectively the curriculum is being implemented and whether students are achieving the desired learning outcomes through the different modalities. So that is why. So we go for the fifth. Does the curriculum include formative assessment? And also for the sixth, does the curriculum include summative assessment? Yes, it is. You should always think about it because inclusion for a formative and summative assessment, that is, will be ensuring the curriculum includes both formative and assessment method because it allows for continuous monitoring of student progress and comprehensive evaluation of overall achievements, like providing a valuable feedback for improvement. Yes. Now we go for the excuse me po. So we have, does the curriculum provide quantitative method of assessment? And we also go for the eight. Does the curriculum provided a qualitative methods of assessment? So let us know why. So because the availability of qualitative and quantitative method of assessment is providing the curriculum can, because it can capture both objective and subjective. Because of the aspect of student learning leading to a more holistic understanding of student performance and achievements. Okay, now let's go for the ninth. Can the curriculum provide a data needed for decision making? Yes, because we need that, because the curriculum can provide valuable data for decision making, because it possess a related to curriculum design, like instructional practice, resource allocation, and student supported services. It also enables educators and policymakers to make informed decisions that enhance the effectiveness and quality of education. Let's go for the last one now. So, are the findings of evaluation available to stakeholders? Because in the transparency and stakeholders involvement, it promotes accountability and collaboration in the educational process, like fostering a culture of continuous improvement and shared responsibility for the student's success. That is the simple ways of curriculum evaluation we have here. And now we have these steps in conducting a curriculum evaluation. So, for example, we have the steps like identifying a primary audience, and this is what you need to consider in identifying primary audience. It will be the curriculum program sponsors, managers, administration, school heads, and participants, which is the teacher and the student, content specialists, other stakeholders. Yes. If you're identifying the primary audience, should be you. This is the persons or the people which you need to consider in finding a primary audience. And now we go for step 2. It's identifying critical issues and problems. So this is what you need also to consider. You need to consider the outcomes, which is the expected, desired, and intended, and also the process, like the implementation, and the resources where the inputs are in. Those are what you need to consider in identifying critical problems. So we go for the third is identifying data source. Yes, you should consider the people, which is the teacher, student, parents, and the curriculum developer. Like also the existing documents, available records, and evaluation studies. That is how you could. Well, that is what you need to consider in identifying sources. And the fourth one, identifying techniques for collecting data. Yes. Identifying techniques in collecting data. Yes, we need the tests. Like we have the standardized tests, informal tests, sample of students' work, interviews, participant observation, checklists, and anecdotal records. That is where the formative and summative test goes. So identifying established standards and criteria. So then we need to consider is the standard previously set by the DepEd, CHAD, and professional organization. Di ta pwede magbuot-buot kay sila naghimo ana maagi na siya, dapat mo na standard. So identifying techniques and data analysis. So this is the thing you need to consider if you're identifying techniques and data analysis. We have the content, process, and statistics analysis. Process analysis, statistic comparison, and evaluation process. Those are the things you need to consider if you're finding or if you're trying to identify techniques in data analysis. So we have a preparing evaluation report. We also have here the consideration of written, oral, progress, final, summary, descriptive, graphic, evaluative, and judgmental list of recommendation. Those are the things that you need to consider if you're preparing for an evaluation report. Okay, so let's move to the last one, preparing modes of display. We have the case studies, test scores, summary, testimonies, multimedia representation, product display or exhibit, technical reports. If you're preparing modes of display, these are all the things that you might need, that you need to consider if you're trying to prepare a modes of display. Yes, because these steps are easy to follow. Like begin thinking of how curriculum evaluators will proceed in finding out if there is a need to modify. They continuously enhance or continue with the implementation of the curriculum. After all, the main purpose of the evaluation it is to improve the existing condition so that we will benefit all the students. So that is all the end of my part, and thank you for listening, everyone. Have a good day. Goodbye.